seeing this, y'all should know what time it is. And today is a very special one because today I'm not only going to be setting up my Boojo pages for October, I'm also going to be setting up my pages for the Diceathon, which I am participating in with a whole bunch of other people. The links to them all will be in the description down below. The Diceathon is a readathon that's being hosted over by Lacey Reads, Paula, lovely Paula, and they invited me to be a part of it, and I'm actually really excited to get it started. And one of the things that I want to show you guys today is I actually want to tell you guys about my character, because yes, they have been made. If you haven't seen it, I made a little bit of a host recommendations / TBR video / rolling for my character that I was going to be playing, and somehow it all worked out. Don't ask me how, don't ask me why, it all worked out, and I'm very happy about it. So I now have a character art, I have a name, we have everything we need to set it all up, and I'm so excited. Obviously, first we have the boring bits, which is to set up like a major, like an all reads kind of page. You can see I put in the little bit of a scavenger hunt that Paula made for the Percy Jackson read along, which I'm doing, which is kind of what I wanted to do this month as well, because obviously this month we're going to be reading the second Percy Jackson book, which if you, again, don't really know what the hell I'm talking about, don't worry about it. I will link the Percy Jackson read-along announcement in the description as well. Me and, again, Paula are hosting a Percy Jackson read-along, and we obviously just did the first one in September, and that one, by the time you're seeing this, we have about 2 days left. So if you really hurry, you might be able to squeeze in like the final kind of things. But if you don't worry about it. We are basically going to be reading a Percy Jackson book every single month for the entirety up until, I think it went up until March, if I'm not mistaken. Finished the first one, or almost finished it. There should be sprints on Paula's channel on Tuesday, so if any of you still want to join us, you can. But yeah, so that's basically what I'm going to be using this page for. But then the other books, or the other readathon that I'm going to be interested in this month, is I'm going to be joining TBR Harvest, which is a readathon that's being hosted by Leandra over at Leandra's TBR Zero. And I did the TBR Harvest last year. I think I did the Haunted House one, I want to say. I could be completely wrong, but that's the one that I chose this pumpkin patch instead of like the Tombs and Tomes, I think was the other one. And then obviously you also had the Booktubers Bingo, but I felt like this was a little bit more of a kind of, this was a little bit more of a version that I could mix with Diceathon, because obviously Diceathon is going to be my main focus for this month. So I felt like this one, this pumpkin patch, kind of fit better than I think anything else was going to, or is going to. I think what I'm going to do is, instead of printing it out this big, I think I'm going to shrink it down a little bit this month, and I'm going to paste it over here, because as you guys can see over the past couple of months, this has become more and more like kind of downsized, because I have been thinking a lot about like doing the yearly readathons. I kind of have given up on them, if I'm gonna be honest, because I just, the minute I don't get one of the prompts, I just kind of feel like, what's the point? Because I'm a completionist. So I know that's probably not the best way to go about it, but that's how my brain works. So I've kind of just not been adding them to my monthly setups, just so that I don't have to have the reminder, because they're it's kind of sad to see them and not have them being filled out. So I think that's what I'm going to be doing. So I'm going to have TBR Harvest over here. And then obviously I'm going to put on this side, I'm going to put the rolls that I did. And then the books that I read that correlate with the rolls. I've been doing that for quite a few things. Like I did that, I'll show you in a second. But I did that for the Rebellion readathon that I'm doing this month. And I really enjoy it. I really enjoy being able to like see the journey that I kind of went on. So if you guys can see, I don't think, there's no way in hell that I'm gonna finish it, but where is it? So if you can see over here, I'm only back here, but you know, I have like 4 days left of this month. So the fact that I might be getting over to the finale or to the finish, yeah. I mean, I think I was like, well, I have 2 weeks off and I'm going to be able to read a lot. And then realized, well, you've kind of been going on all cylinders for like weeks, maybe even months. So maybe you just need to calm down a little bit. So I think choosing to do 2 readathons this month might have been a bit too much. So, but then again, you know, what else is new? Obviously, it being the month of Halloween, there's no other color that could fit for the all of my reads like section than orange. It's just not happening. Okay, now this is going to be the main bit for the Diceathon. So we're just going to be flying through it, but I have plans. So, first and foremost, these are going to be the main things that are going to be working for me. So this is basically the list of the reading prompts and the life prompts that are going to be associated with the Diceathon. So we're going to have a D20 that we're going to roll for the reading prompts, because that's going to help us figure out which book we want to read, and that's going to help us like get points, because I also printed out these, which is how we can do damage, which is amazing. And then this is the order of how the whole thing is going to go. Again, if you haven't, I'll link Paula's Discord, or like the Diceathon Discord, in the description down below. Down below, then in the Discord, you can find the actual manual that Paula has made. It's really, really good. It's really clear. And if you have any questions, they're always in the chat. Like, you can ask them any questions, and either Paula or any of us is going to answer your question to the best of our abilities, because obviously this one came from Paula's head. And the last thing I want is to be the one who gives you guys the wrong information. So if I know the answer, I will. If I don't, I will keep my mouth shut. So, but first and foremost, I think what's going to be going on over here is I want my character to be here. So I think that's the first one that I want to do. And second of all, if you've seen the video, then you will know that my character is an actual inventor. And the character art that I have is very old, picture papery, like sepia kind of tones. So it is still fall. And this is still my favorite aesthetic to have. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to decorate these pages with like old papery bits, and I have like my stamp set which I'm gonna be using. I'm just gonna go for it. I'm just gonna make this cozy, but like have it be like theoretical and all of the things. So while I'm gonna be making this, I'm probably gonna be doing this in a time lapse because it's basically gonna be me like checking where things fit and all of that. I found some really cute Halloween stickers, which I think might actually be perfect for, I don't think these match, but I think these give off the perfect TBR harvest vibe. These are stickers, by the way, that I got last year from an Etsy shop called FloritieDesigns. I will add their Etsy shop in the link in the description down below. Maybe you can still find these, I don't know, but if you can, they're really cute. I mean, as you guys can see, I really love them, but I just haven't really had the opportunity to use them. So this is actually perfect for this. And there we go. This sticker fits absolutely perfectly to fit up this space. Okay. And with that, I think I'm actually happy with how this turned out. I decided to use like not an other page just for these two little thingies. So I made it into a little tip pin so that I can actually just see how the combat is gonna go. And on the back, I can see what level means what I'm gonna be doing or be able to do when it comes to damage. So then now, the only thing that's left is to show you guys my character. So if you haven't seen the video, I rolled for my character with dice, obviously, this being Diceathon. I used my Dungeons and Dragons dice that I use for the campaign that I'm in, and I got a human inventor, which kind of made sense because of the flaws and everything and the class ability that I got, which was insane, which I didn't expect. So I did get help from AI to generate this image, just because I am not an artist. I am not an artiste. I would love to be one, but I'm just not. So what happened here is I love her. I'm in love with her. That's all I'm gonna say. So you probably could already tell. But this is Giselle. Meet Giselle. She is our human inventor that I'm gonna be playing. Now, if you can see, I put all of these little dice in the picture, along with, like, obviously she's an inventor, there's smoke, there's all of the things happening. Now, in my brain, she is not really an inventor of, like, physical things. Well, obviously still physical things, but I don't mean like machinery. I don't think she invents machinery. I think she's more into, as you can see from the decorations that I did, she's more into inventing potions and natural remedies and ways to remedy people being alive and things of that sort. So, you know, certain people who we would not want to see alive. So I think that is the kind of direction that I want to go in. Now, I don't have a last name for her yet. I can't really figure one out. But I'm guessing maybe if you guys have any suggestions, please, please, please let me know in the comments. But we're just gonna fill out her character sheet. Okay, now obviously some of these things I can fill in with pen, but some things I'm gonna have to, I think, fill in with pencil. Like the max health is gonna change, I'm sure. Current health is going to change. Armor score might be able to change. Let's see if there is one. Obviously, there are a few things that will not change, which obviously her race is still going to be human and it's going to stay human for the entirety of the Diceathon. And then her class is also going to stay the same, which is she's an inventor. So that's going to stay the same. The other thing that's going to stay the same is her class ability. I was really lucky that I got the number 5 in that role, and that is basically or setting change. You may replace this prompt with any prompt from every class, but it must be changed for every encounter. Now, if that sounds like gibberish, I promise you it's not. It basically means, I'm just gonna put in setting change. And I'm leaving room because there's an opportunity for us to probably get more abilities, but this basically means that I can look into all of the other classes or abilities, basically, and I can pick whichever one I want, which is amazing, which means that I can just do whatever I want. I can just pick one that actually fits. Oh, so my race ability is going to be I gain 1 health potion for every monster that I fight. And then for my flaw, which I also rolled for, the flaw that I have is called Obsession, which means that if we get puzzles, if Paula gives us puzzles to solve, oh, I don't like how I wrote that, but here we go. Anyway, it looks like some obsessive scribble. If I start a project or like a puzzle or like anything that Paula gives us, I have to solve it when I start it. So I can't say like, oh, I'm gonna pause this, I'm gonna get back to it. Nope, that is not happening. If I start it, I finish it. Done. So I'm kind of nervous about that one. I have very long hours, so this basically means that if I want to do this, it's basically going to mean that I have to wait until either I have a day off or like a really good chunk of time off, because I don't know, it just, like I mentioned, it kind of fits. Like having an inventor that's obsessed with finishing things that they started, it kind of makes sense in my head. Let me know what you think. Okay, and with all of this, obviously, I'm also going to be setting up my starting statistics, which is that I start with 15 health, which is obviously also my current health because I haven't been fighting any monsters yet. And my armor score is 13. Now I have no idea whether or not this is going to change, but this is where it's at currently, and I'm at level 1 because obviously we haven't started yet. And the damage available to use, I can't really list it yet because I haven't read anything. So the second that I start like reading actual pages and actual books, I will have damage that is going to be available to use. And I think this is going to be the little corner that's going to be used the most, because like there's going to be a lot of damage that's going to be done, and like I think this one and this little section is going to be used most. Okay, so that's going to be it, guys, for the month of October. Obviously, not a lot going on in the front page, but then obviously when we flip it over, it's Diceathon all the way. I'm really excited to get this started. Again, I cannot mention this enough. If you haven't checked out the Diceathon that Paula is hosting, please do. Every link, everything that you need is in the description down below. And I hope to catch all of you guys there. If you have made a character, please share them with us over on the Discord. I've been loving seeing what everyone is coming up with, so please do share them. And then if you don't know what to comment, but you made it to the end of the video, why don't we share a snake? Share a snaky snake. Okay, let's share that in the comments. And then all that's left for me is to tell you guys to catch you all next week. Bye.